Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlight of Business Owner Show, and today we're thrilled to have Keaton Criswell. Hi, Keaton, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Brian?
Yeah, good, good. Yeah, you have a training program that you offer people with a variety of services that we're going to learn about today. But before we get into it, can you let people know a little bit about your background and how you did develop this program?
Yeah. So been overall training for 10 years in that whole scope of fitness. I went to college, played college football, which with that kind of started that progress of getting me towards that. Obviously had to keep myself in really good shape and was around a lot of really highly intelligent people. I was
Uh-huh.
going for physical therapy for my bachelor's degree. And with an internship I had, more so just the physical therapist I was with, unfortunately wasn't kind of turned me from wanting to be a physical therapist at that point in time. So then I became a strength conditioning coach and was a graduate assistant with the college I played football with after I graduated for a couple of years. So I was able to work with some college level athletes and do that. And then after that, and made and realized that you don't make much money as a strength conditioning coach unless you're at the very top percent, right? Because the colleges are going to
Oh,
pay you based off of how well their program's doing and how much income's brought in for their sports. So I moved back home, got personally training certified, and worked with some high school athletes, started my own business there. And while doing that, was picked up by a big corporate gym called Vasa Fitness. They are out here now. That's so I worked in Utah. That's where I'm from for 5 years.
oh,
Opened quite a few gyms for them. My position up there was to train trainers and help them build their business, develop their skills. And then I was promoted to come open the gyms out here, where then I was able to train the head trainer on how to train trainers. So I would
oh, wow.
gyms and I would train trainers. And so basically just all the things I had learned at that point for about 7 years of training, I was now training other people how to do and how to be successful, grow a business and educate themselves. Um, then COVID happened. And so
Oh,
at that point in time where I decided it was time to branch out on my own, took a little bit of developing some clients on the side before I actually left Vasa. I left them April 2021, and that's when I
oh,
officially started my business. So I've been in business for a little over a year and a half now,
oh,
training on my own.
wow. Oh,
So
that's great.
it's been fun. I've loved it. I think the biggest thing, and I know a lot of people you hear say, it's like, why did you get into training? It's because I like to work out. Mine has always fallen with I like to help people. I
Uh-huh.
like to help people grow. And so that showed with, I want to be a physical therapist and help people heal, be a strength conditioning coach and help athletes perform their best. And then into just being able to train trainers and help them be the best to help more people. So it's always been based on helping others, reach their goals.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. No, I was going to ask you, where is your gym? Or do you do this online? Or, how does that work?
Yeah, so we do it all. So I actually have me and two other trainers who work with me. So we do have a gym located off of 35th Avenue and Pinnacle Peak Road, kind of tucked back there by that Agave Library, if you kind of know the area. We do offer that in person with one-on-one, semi-private, which is more so like one-on-one. You just have other people working out at the same time. We do use an app that we give our workouts on through that. So as our clients come in, they've got their workouts on their app and we're able to coach and they're able to kind of flow very easily. And with that app, it allows us to train online as well. So we have in person at our gym, we have online training as well, where we offer meal plans. I have an app for that as well, where we get meal plans based off of your goals. That's something that we kind of intertwine together. And we also
Oh,
offer mobile, just because we understand with COVID that kind of changed the game, and there's a lot of people who prefer in home, whether they've invested in the equipment on their own or they just don't want to go into a public gym. We do travel and offer in-home training as well.
oh, wow. Oh,
So
wow. That's great.
yeah,
That is great. Yeah, no, there's a lot of viewers watching this that are different ages and, different points in their life, like physically, some people are younger and still developing, a program. What do you suggest, when is a good time for them to actually start a workout plan
yeah,
that you offer?
yeah. And the best times now, it's, one of those cheesy answers. The best times now, it's the biggest misconception with fitness and training is that it's all about weight loss and looking good in the mirror, right? There's so many other factors and aspects to training in our health, right? So cardiovascular health, okay, our how much muscle we have and our strength, our ability to get up and down off the ground if we're older and we have grandkids we want to go play with. We used to play sports and we want to get back to be on the play because we're tired of rolling our ankle or our knees hurting every time we jump, or we just want to jog. There's so many different aspects that we can actually help with. And so it's not just, I want to lose weight. It's not just, I want to gain muscle, but it's, the whole thing encompasses within that. And so really at any age, you're always going to have goals. Your health is always going to be the most important thing because without it, nothing else matters. Right. We can't spend that time with family. We can't go do the things we want. Doesn't matter how much money we've earned because now we can't use it. So
Yeah,
our
right, right.
really is the most important thing to us. And so it's got to be an investment that we do. So that way, I always hear that if we don't invest in our health now, we'll pay for our sickness later. So it's one of those things that you're either paying for your health or you're paying for your sickness.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you mean. I know the way, yeah, when I was being brought up, I know my father always preached exercise, 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 So I knew at a young age how important it was. And thank God, I mean, I'm in pretty good shape,
Yeah.
now that I'm older. But yeah, I was going to ask you, how much time should someone devote, or expected to commit, to a workout plan?
Yeah. So that's a big thing that I'm sure we'll get into later is we take the person's schedule into account with our training. You understand that we have all the way from, your stay-at-home moms who may be able to drop off kids and come get a workout in as, a few days a week to the very busy business professional who might just need a workout here just to keep them on track, right? So
Yeah.
it comes down to your goal does play a role, right? So if you're trying to gain a significant amount of muscle, and let's say you're trying to be a bodybuilder, you're trying to just develop a ton of muscle, it's going to take more time doing strength training, building that muscle. So yeah, the amount of days you do is going to play a big role. Now, most people aren't trying to be bodybuilders and go and stand up on a stage. So
Yeah.
what I recommend is if we can get at least 2 days of strength training, of moving our body, right? And that's something we'll get into a little bit more on what is strength training a week. You're above about 95% of the population by getting to 2 days of strength training in a week. Outside of that, though, we need to make sure that we are being active every day. So that's a walk outside, that's picking up a hobby and doing it, going to the gym and walking on a treadmill, whatever it is. We should be at least active 4 to 5 days out of the week, with 2 of those being strength training.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, you mentioned strength training. I know, I ride the bike in the morning and then I go swimming. What is that strength training? I don't know exactly what the definition of
Yeah.
strength training is.
So the best thing I've done to explain strength training is this. Obviously, we think weights, we think, those big heavy barbells and dumbbells. But I don't know if you've ever heard the Greek mythology story of Milo. But
Uh,
basically, Milo's dad comes home and he's just big, strong guy. And, Milo goes, "Hey, how do I get as big as you, Dad?" And his dad goes, "Here's a baby calf. Carry it everywhere you go with
oh,
you." So as the calf grows bigger and bigger and bigger, Milo grows stronger and stronger and stronger because
oh,
the demand is more, right? He has to, as this calf has grown, he has to adapt and he has to get stronger. Now, what that means is that we're just trying to progressively do more over time. That's strength training. A lot of us go in and we do the same thing over and over and over again. So someone who maybe has things that makes it to where they can't lift weights, right? But that's also my job, is to help people get to that point. We start with maybe some assisted squats, for example, holding on to a TRX strap, a suspension strap, and doing some squats. Say the first time coming in, and we do one set of 8 and their legs are on fire, they're burning, and they're like, "I want to be able to walk out of here, so I have to stop."
uh-huh.
Next week, if I do one set of 12, we've now established strength training because we are doing more. And the next week I do 2 sets, and the next week 3 sets.
Oh,
And
okay.
and then I remove the TRX strap. right? So now I'm doing more of my own body weight, and now I go back to one set of 12 because it's killing my legs again because I'm doing more body weight. It's that ability to adapt, and it's called progressive overloading, where our ability to do more over time. And so that's
Huh.
realistically taking any time of external resistance and progressing it over time is going to be considered strength training. And
Oh,
so
okay.
it doesn't have to be all those big weights. We just have to start where we're at and progressively do more over time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, can you let the viewers know again, how can they get in touch with you? What's the best
Yeah.
way? Can they just call you? Would you rather them go to a website and sign up that way or
So I'm gonna address websites. So we're in a transition from I had a big website. We're actually downsizing that into just a landing page right now. So that one's on timeout right now. But as you see my phone number on there, you can go ahead and text me anytime. We're usually in session. So calling if you want to, you might get to voicemail most likely just because we're always in sessions with people. So a text message would be great, an email at haventrainingcenter@gmail.com. And I can go ahead and share that, whatever we need it to be. But haventrainingcenter@gmail.com is another option as well. And what we do is after that contact, we actually offer a free session because we want to see where
oh
you're
wow.
at. Right. So the
Oh,
biggest thing is we need to see where you're at because it's not before I even meet you, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with you because every single workout is completely tailored to you and where you're at right now. Do we have injuries? Do we have our, tight hamstrings? What type of things do I need to find out? Because I need to find out where your starting point is, and then I build a program based off of that to get you from point A to point B.
oh, okay. You mentioned these meal plans. So does your workout actually encompass like the meals that people are eating? Does it work together when you design a plan?
Yeah. So start off is I'm not a registered dietitian. So what I've done is I've partnered with this company that and they have a database of over like 4,000 meal plans. And what I've done is then I go in and after meeting someone, I get your body metrics, so height, weight. I take your lifestyle into account. How many meals can we eat a day? Okay, budget into account. We take all these things that are going to play a role into your meal plan, and we're going to plug it in. And what it does is spits out a meal plan for you that fits all of that information the best for you. And even at that point, then we sit down with you because we understand that people have allergies. They're picky,
Oh yeah,
texture
yeah.
or something, tomatoes are one that I always get told to kick off. Right. And then we go through it and we sit down, we go over each and every single food item that's on there, and we can substitute it for other options and figure out, because the biggest thing, which we can get into more here, is it's got to fit your lifestyle. Otherwise, it's not working. It doesn't matter how awesome it is. It's not working if you don't do it. So
Oh,
that's the
okay.
thing.
Oh, wow. Well, so also there's a lot of people that want to work out, but they've had injuries. I mean,
Mhm.
what do you suggest? Should they just give it up and sit at home and watch TV all day? Or should they, you know, does your workout plan take that into consideration that
Yeah.
you can still work with these people?
Yeah. A lot of people deal with past injuries or things that they just haven't gotten taken care of or recently. So the biggest thing is obviously we need to assess how bad the injury is. Say it's something as to we need to have a knee replacement type thing, right? Where it's going to be done, it's scheduled. Okay. I always recommend strength training before surgeries because the stronger we can get beforehand, the better recovery is afterwards. Now, if it's something that we have to completely avoid, you have a lot of other muscles and body parts and other areas that we can train still. So that's the biggest thing is we can be very light or avoid if it's to that extent and it's that bad, but we can train everything else, right? We have machines or equipment that will help us do whatever we need to do. Then we get into the ones that aren't quite as bad, right? And a lot of injuries actually are caused because of lack of exercise.
Oh,
So we have to understand that a lot of that shoulder pain, back pain, knee pain, all of that, as long as you've gone to your doctor and when they go to the doctor and they're like, I don't see anything, I don't know why anything hurts. That's
Mhm.
because our body is telling us, hey, I need your help. I need you to do something to help me feel better. As a good example is a lot of knee pain. In fact, majority of knee pain outside of like bone on bone needing to be replaced stems from the hips not working the way that they need to.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so you've got this approach. And I won't go too big into this, called the joint by joint approach. And what it is each joint has a job. And when one joint's not doing its job, the joint above it and below it now has to take over. And so where
Oh, okay.
my hips are supposed to be really mobile and move really well, if they don't, because I got a desk job or I'm driving all the time, the joint above it and below it, the back and the knee, which are supposed to be really stable and strong, start to move more to compensate.
Oh,
So now I
oh,
start to get pain in my back and my knees. So a lot of pain actually can be fixed by strength training and exercise. And we can actually completely eliminate that and get you rocking and rolling.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Keaton, can you once again tell them who you are and the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah.
Get them through a phone call, a text message, website, and then a final word for our viewers.
Yeah. So my name's Keaton Criswell. I'm the owner of Haven Training. I've got a couple trainers who work for me. Best contact info is going to be that phone number that's up on the screen right there, the 480 number. You can call and leave a voicemail. I always go through those every time I've got a break, so voice box is never full. Text would be a little bit of a quicker response because that's when I get out of sessions, I go right to the text, see what I've missed, and start responding. And the last one would be email at haventrainingcenter@gmail.com would be another way as well. I check that daily as well. So if you want to get a hold of me, phone call, text, email. Like I mentioned earlier, we are transitioning from a bigger website to a landing page just to get, a consult scheduled. So that will be up and running here not too long. And I'll make sure to post that on the Facebook pages when that's up and running. But as of right now, phone number and email are the best.
Oh, okay. And then you have some specials for the holidays. Can you
Yes.
let them know just in like a minute, like what those are?
Yep. So right now we are doing a gift one, get one. So we know that training is better when we do it with other people and we don't have to kind of go into
Oh,
situations,
wow.
especially starting, right?
Yeah.
So with every session, now obviously first one's free. We always do that. And then if you decide you want to do training after that, or you want to maybe give it a couple sessions to kind of continue and see what happens, every time you get a session, you can gift one and you can give that to whoever you want. You can apply it to yourself, whatever you want, but we're just trying to encourage for the holidays fitness. That's obviously what we do. We understand that the holidays are hard for a lot of people with all the sweets. So we're trying
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
encourage people that we don't tell people not to live life and enjoy the treats, because trust me, I enjoy just as many of the treats as everyone else. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Me
that
too.
means we can pick up our activity level and we can be a little bit more active. So we're doing a gift one, get one where you guys can. And then when you come and meet with me for that free session, I go over all the prices, which real quickly vary mainly off of how often you need us. Right. So if you only need to do online training, it's very, very affordable, all the way to you want help every single day. Obviously, it can be more expensive because it's more commitment from us, but we try to fit to your lifestyle and your budget. So don't hesitate to come to the free session and see if it's something that works for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, sounds great. Yeah, so again, viewers, yeah, reach out to Keaton. He's got a great training program available, and he's located right in the North Valley, or he'll come to you. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, what else could you ask for? That's too good to be true. So, yeah, thank you for being on here. It's great
yeah.
to meet you.
It was my pleasure. I appreciate it.
Okay.